Martina Heinrichs is a feminist theologian originally from Germany, now living in the Netherlands. She used to be co-president of EFECW and board member of EPIL. Martina has been involved in numerous projects concerning faith groups and those in need.
Hello and welcome to this podcast with Martina Heinrichs. First of all, thank you so much for taking the time to do this recording with us, Martina. Please tell us a bit about yourself. Who are you and where are you from?
My name is Martina Heinrichs. I am at the moment board member and president of EPIL. My profession, I'm a theologian and a teacher in religion and French. But I worked most of my life in adult education with women. I'm from Catholic roots, but very ecumenical and interreligious more. I am retired since 1 year.
What is your connection to EFECW or EFECW, and what is the Ecumenical Forum of European Christian Women?
I got in touch with the forum, with the Ecumenical Forum of European Christian Women, through Martina Heinrichs. She also had all these connections, and she took me with her to meetings, and this was my start of the forum.
Please tell us, what is the European Project for Interreligious Learning?
Yes, this is a project which started at the beginning of this century, about 20 years ago. And Rainhild Traitler was one of the founding mothers. She was adult educationer as well, a sort of colleague of mine. We had worked together before. For instance, she started a European Women's College. But this EPIL was on interreligious level, but it was also a traveling project. So women, Christian and Islamic women from several countries, member countries, they formed national groups. Half-half was the ideal, half Christian, half Islamic. And they had 5 modules, I think in the beginning even more than 5 modules under special subject in these countries. So the group moved from one country to the other. They had about 2 models a year, international models. And in that country, they were exposed to projects, to visits. They also, of course, had lectures about the theme, which was all about dialogue and peacemaking. And every year, so there were 2 modules, and then the whole thing lasted about 2.5 years. So it was very enriching, and in total, I heard, I think it was about 150 women, students who took part, young women, but also older women. It was also linked to a university, and the women finished this study course with diploma work.
What are specific issues tackled by EPIL?
I'm a Catholic woman, so like priesthood for Catholic women still is not allowed. And in the Orthodox Church, neither. There are no women priests. But there were in the East as well, but in the West also, many women who said, we don't want this. We have our own role in the church. We clean the church and we educate the children, religious education. For me personally, it was not an aim to become a women's priest. We see that all our religions are patriarchal, and it's so important as women to empower each other, to talk about the women's power and women's voice in our respective holy books, and in our religions. And I see it in the peace work now, also in the actual situation. There are peace projects, not only between women, but many also between women, on the grassroots level. But how can we change the world? Not in one day, but how can we influence? Because the power is not with us.
EPIL is hosting the Rainhild Traitler Symposium. After hearing that, we are wondering, who is Rainhild Traitler?
Rainhild Traitler was one of the founders of EPIL, together with Teni Piri-Simonian. So at the beginning of this century, Teni and Rainhild had this idea of this interreligious project, and I myself was involved in that by the Dutch models, and the Netherlands came into this project.
So, yeah, you mentioned that this is in honor of Rainhild Traitler, the whole symposium.
Yes.
So she sadly passed away, but we are doing this to honor her, her message and her mission to connect women interreligiously. And concerning that, I would ask you, if you would meet Rainhild today, what would you like to ask or tell her?
I would like to tell her that we have young women involved in the movement, and for the symposium that they are all generations, which is very nice. And I would tell her that it was very important what they started by Apil, to make the distance between Christian and Islamic women smaller, and Jewish women came in later also. And that is a very good example in times of war and conflict for peace building and peacemaking.
This symposium in Vienna in October of 2023 will be the last project run by EPIL. After that, the association will be dissolved. What are your thoughts on this matter?
This forum she started will end now, but that there will be new forms, I hope. This is my wish for the future, that others will take it on, and that we owe a lot to Rainhild and Teni and others from the beginning, that they have started this.
Thank you for your time. It was a pleasure talking to you.
My pleasure. Thank you.